Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to make it photorealistic. Okay, that way if your dimensions are correct and there might be some information you've left out, then you've provided them with a picture of what it should look like. Now the first thing we want to do is we want to move this metal back into the slot. So let's select that word, right click the word move, hold that so it goes directly down, and we'll just check to make sure it's in the right place. Zoom in, yeah, that's good, and OK. We're going to make a joystick again, same way as we did before. So with this we will create a cylinder. And the cylinder was, now the hole's 2.5, so the cylinder's going to be 2 mil. And I haven't measured them at this stage, but I believe they are about 20 centimeters. So 20 centimeters is pretty good. I'm going to make it a little bit cooler. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make it look a little bit more like a, getting a bit of a lag here. Make it look a little bit more like a joystick. So I'm going to click that, right click that, new sketch, press the letter C for circle, automatically should find the center, and just come out slightly to, let's say, 3 mil. Finish that sketch, and some of you already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to extrude that down. Okay, and that's going to make it look a bit thicker. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Okay, and join that. Now I've got the joystick. I could even fillet this, so press F, select that edge. Now that's 3 mil, so 1.5 will make it completely round. And there's my joystick. So let's take this. And what we're going to do is we're going to right click and we're going to rename some of this stuff so it doesn't get confusing. It's another thing that we can do. So, just click it a few times and it turns up. So this one is the stick. This one is the AL for aluminium. And this there is the base. Okay. So let's take the stick and move that into place. That was this sort of angle. If we look here, I can't actually see where the holes are, so I can go here, visual style, and if I go wireframe, I should be able to see everything. Let's move that down. That looks pretty much accurate. Okay, so that's in place. You can see that's going through. If I look through here, I can then just slide it across and just double check and come here, and that's still accurate, and we'll look at the top and that's going straight through, and then go home and OK. Right, let's get back into visual style and we'll go shaded. Okay, so we've got no hidden edges now and it's all blurred. What we can do is we're going to just save this. Now obviously that's going to change my drawing, so that's why you need to make sure your drawing's done before this part. And I'm going to go to render. And as you can see, render is a realistic portrayal of what we're doing. The render gallery there, I'm just going to ignore that for now. I'm going to turn to the opposite side because I prefer this view. So that was me just clicking the opposite side of the cube. Okay, and what we're going to do, appearance, and we're going to change that appearance. So we select this. Now this is made of wood, this is made of teak, and I wanted it waxed. Okay, so solid wood, let's roll down. It's finished because I wanted it waxed. And we're going to look for something that's like teak, and we're not going to find teak. We could find mahogany, that's pretty dark, or cherry, that's quite red. And you see that little arrow, that means we haven't got it yet, so we've got to download it. Once it's downloaded, you can take that and drag it. Now, if all these bodies were joined and not new bodies, then that would have been wood and that would have been wood as well. And you can see that's pretty good with the teak. I don't like the finish there, so I'm not going to use it. I'm actually going to go to walnut and see if we can get some better finish. That's much better, much smoother there. So I'm happy with that. And that's the sort of finish I want, and that's the sort of finish that wax will get. This one is aluminium, and I said I wanted it polished. I wanted a mirror finish. So let's just close that and go to metal. There's metal, it's aluminium, and we'll have a look at polished. Okay, is that the polish I want? It doesn't look as shiny as it could be, but I haven't really rendered it yet. Another way of doing this is go to metal. Shinier than aluminium is chrome. So if I click chrome on it, there you can see that's definitely got a reflection now. This one, the joss stick, is a different type of wood. It's going to be quite a sandy wood, and this is going to be quite dark and rough. So at the moment we've been turning all the bodies. Now we're going to turn the faces. So the first thing I'm going to do, and going to take this a step further, I want this to actually be like brown stone. So let's do granite, see what happens. If I go red on that, okay, that looks alright. Don't worry about that, I'm going to show you something special in a minute. This one we're going to do wood and bamboo, looks good. I'm not sure I want semi-gloss. I'll take that. That'll do, I guess. Zoom out. Now with this one, if we go to something called an emissive color, so other, emissive is to give light out. So how about I do I wonder if I can get an LED display, orange, yellow. Let's do orange. Let's download that. No, let's do red. We're going to turn this into a red display. It's going to give light out. Now at the moment it's not going to make any difference, but this gives out light. So when we're doing our ray tracing or shadowing and things like that, you're going to see light somewhere. Now let's get this into a nice angle, and then we're going to close that and push that away, and we're going to go setup. The background, I can leave it as grey, or I can just go straight to white. That's fine. If I don't want a ground plane, I can take that, but then the shadow's gone. Good if you want to make your own poster. I'm going to leave the ground plane. Focal length is changing those perspectives that we've been looking at. So the 2-point perspectives. So that's moving the perspectives further away. And I think some of you remember if I said when you move those perspectives closer together, the drawing sometimes looks cooler. And that is perspectives being really, really close, as you can see. Okay, so this is all on you. Whatever color you want, and really whatever angle you want. You can do depth of field to make it blur. I think you can even do tilt. We're not going to do that, not going to do that, not going to do that. Now, if I do an in-canvas render, it's going to use the power from my computer to render it. So your battery is going to last about 5 minutes, and it'll kill it. The best way to do it is a standard render, which will be done on the cloud or on their servers, and it takes a bit of time, but doesn't take any of your computer power. So we'll do cloud render and final, so that's the best quality. You can change this to be whatever you want. So if I said, I want high resolution, then I would change it to 1920 by 1080, and let's render it. It's going to take a bit more time. It's going to be just under 20 minutes, depending on your connection and how busy they are. Okay, and then eventually it will turn up here. Now, as I have got a computer that's a little bit laggy at the moment, let's do a bit of in-canvas render so you can see what happens. So as you can see, it's going through dot by dot by dot by dot by dot by dot, and it keeps going on, keeps going on, keeps going on. And eventually you can say, okay, this is what I want, and then you can screenshot that. But you can already see the reflection starting, which is good. That means that I want it to be a nice, smooth, almost satin finish. You can see the reflection from the joystick here, which says I wanted it polished. So already, let's say I'd forgotten to say I want it waxed. It's their job to make it look like this. So they know they've got to make the end grain on this side. They know they've got to make that round. They know they've got to shine that up. They know they've got to polish this. The only trouble is, they also think now that they've got to do the joystick as well. And hopefully they're not that crazy and they just go and get you a joystick. So I'm actually rendering this, and this is also rendering here. I'm not too happy about that. I really want that to shine. So, and because it's not really a problem, let's stop the render there. Go to the appearance and just show you this. There's the LCD. Double click that. Luminescence, or luminance. I'm going to increase it, make it a brighter. And we're going to go to there. You see that's much redder now. And you can just play with that. You can see it's actually brighter now. Eventually, if you get the right angle, that will shine red because it's reflecting off that. Okay, once you've done that, once that's done, then you'll be able to take that, open it, and submit that as well. So you'll have your lovely working drawing, you'll have your lovely render as well, and any other information. Maybe you've got a photograph of the model, just in case you feel that you didn't communicate yourself too clearly.